So I saw you and I was like, this guy is mine.
When I was in the primary school, secondary school, I hated Greece. I hated Greeks. I was a racist. You thought we had camels in Turkey? Things like that. The Greek soldiers, they gave their lives so that the Greece and the Greek people will be liberate, will be independent, will be free. Hello everyone.
Hello everyone. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Me too. So we're gonna reply to the most common question that the people have done to us.
Yeah, have asked
Have asked, yeah.
how we met.
How we met. How met your mom? Your mother. Your mother, huh?
How did we meet, Agapimo?
So, I was going for Erasmus Plus project in Poland, in Gdynia, not Gdansk, that you are saying.
Gdansk is a bit better, bigger city.
Καλά. And I was going there with my friends and I saw you. It was... when we went into the campus, the first thing that we did, it was to go to a room that this guy was into the room.
Was I there in that room?
Yeah, of course you
It was your room.
No, it was a room that we were gathering. You don't remember?
We weren't exactly inside the room when we met. We met just outside the room.
No?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
I remember shaking your
Pascal.
hand. You were like, yeah, hey,
Yes.
Anastasia, nice to meet you.
Yes, and I was wearing a necklace that had the photo of Oktoberfest.
No.
This happened in the room.
Not in the room. We were just outside the room. Like on the veranda or something like that.
No. But anyways, we won't solve that now. So I saw you and I was like, this guy is mine.
Like, no, it was almost the same for me.
Ne?
Now I saw you and Magda. You were walking up the hill from the entrance of the campus, and they said, the Greeks are coming," and I was like, "Oh, the Greeks!
The Greeks.
And I knew when we first handshaked, and you were like, "Hey, Anastasia," and you were like looking into my eyes. Oh. It was very nice.
Yes. And after we kept in contact,
Yeah.
I went...
Back then I had a girlfriend.
Yes,
No.
he had a girlfriend. But, fun fact, I was sure that he doesn't have anything. Magda
because-
was saying to me, I'm sure he has girlfriend. I heard that. I was like, no way. He told me that. He doesn't have.
Yeah, but when you asked me, I told you. I didn't lie.
Yeah, but you didn't say from the beginning.
Yeah, but what?
Yeah, I mean,
hey,
you didn't...
Anastasia Harika, and hey, Fatih, I have a girlfriend. What do you want?
I mean, you didn't mention it
Yeah,
generally.
because I was right then about to break up with her.
To say that when we talked about that, he was like, yeah, but we fight a lot.
I didn't say we fight.
We have fights.
We are fighting, and we are gonna break up. I said. We're gonna.
He said that. To say the truth, I didn't really believe that because this is what all the men said.
I was also. I don't know. It was very complicated.
It was complicated. Anyways, we kept contact a little.
Yeah.
You sent me that you broke up.
Yeah, when we broke up, I texted you.
He sent me, I just break up.
Yeah, I remember the very first thing I did after we broke up was to text you.
After that, we were arranging to meet, so I went to Ankara by bus.
Yeah, 17 hours.
17 hours. So you can understand how much in love I was and I am.
This is how we met.
Yes.
Very nice. What were we thinking about each other's countries before we met? This
Okay,
is a good one.
you reply first.
For Greece, look, when I was in the primary school, secondary school, I hated Greece. I hated Greeks. I was a racist. I was a douchebag. I was so stupid, and I was just in my box thinking stupid things.
What stupid things?
Dogs, Armenians, and Greeks are not allowed, kind of things.
Nice.
Yeah, but then after, the more I studied English and like I started connecting with people from all around the world.
You changed.
I realized I gained a lot of different perspectives, and Erasmus was a big part of it too, actually. But even
I can understand that.
even before Erasmus, I was okay with Greeks. Actually, I still had bias against the Greeks when I was in Bulgaria for my first Erasmus.
You were against.
Yeah, I mean not against, but I was still
In your first Erasmus.
yeah, because we met a Greek girl called Zoe, and that girl, maybe because of her personality, not about Greeks, but we had a little bit tension between us, like.
She wasn't so okay with you.
Yeah, she wasn't so okay.
And that made you feel like...
Yeah, but I get it because we were like 6 Turks from our group. Our group was all Turks. And from her group, there were also 6 or 7 guys. And one of them was Turk. So we were 7 Turks in the room, and she was the only Greek, and the rest was Spanish. I think the rest was Spanish.
What happened with that girl? What's it said to you?
She didn't say so many things. It was just also my group, the Azerbaijani guy. He was a bit like weaselly, so he was making jokes about swimming and stuff, and we were laughing.
So funny. So funny.
Yeah, look, this is a joke that I would do only with you, with our
With
close
people
friends.
that you're close.
We made a mistake there, making those kind of jokes, and she was also.
Did she say anything?
She was a bit too offended, I guess.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, but we didn't fight. We were like, I was trying to calm my people. Even then, I was trying to be like, hey, come on, she's only one. She shouldn't be so.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, but I
But
changed.
then you changed.
Yeah, I met Andreas from Lamia.
From Lamia.
No.
Oh, I am from Lamia.
Yeah.
Lamia.
Yeah.
So when he said to me that the Greek that changed you, your mind was from Lamia, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
look.
the first door, let's say, the first crack was Andreas, because he was so like me, like he was into history, politics and stuff, and we were arguing, and I was like, our arguments even were so similar, and the way we were living, everything was so similar. Yeah,
That's true.
You changed after you, of course. You changed.
And then you got in love with Greece.
Yeah.
You fell in love with Greece.
Yeah. Tora, Sagapo Elava.
Sagapo Elava.
What about you? You thought we had camels in Turkey? Things like that.
No. So, my opinion about Turkey was good, actually. Let's just say that when I was a kid and I was reading the history books, I was like, oh yeah, we are the best. We fight Turkey, we won, and this kind of stuff. We tried to get over them. But when I went to the university, when I grow up and I read more things, I heard more things, I understood that the thing is, this is what the books in the school, what they are trying to do, and the system behind them. Like, they are trying to to hit you in the emotion, and they don't let you to see the facts how they are.
Yeah.
Like, to see that both sides fight. It was a war.
Yeah.
It was a war, and like both Greece and Turkey lost people died, and yeah, that's...
And I think Greek soldiers, they gave their lives so that the Greece and the Greek people will be liberate, will be independent, will be free.
Exactly.
And this came...
And not to have again a war.
Yeah, exactly. To keep the peace, because if we're gonna fight until forever, then what's the point of fighting?
What's the point? Yeah.
And I think it's the same for the Turkish soldiers. They gave their lives, they died so that we could build a better future, build a better, peaceful, and advanced future.
And to be together.
Yeah.
What we have to separate?
Exactly.
We are so common. We have the same way, fun. We have so many common words, so many common foods. I think, I will agree with you. They did for that reason.
Exactly. And when they're saying in our TikTok comments that when they're saying, oh, your fathers are shame of you, this and that,
They're saying it a lot.
I don't think that they're shameful, because why? Like they fought 100 years ago so that we could be free, and we are free now, and we met two people. We wanted a friendship, we wanted a relationship, we wanted
Exactly.
an interaction, and I'm not just talking about you. I like my Greek friends. I have a lot of Greek friends, and I like them.
I like the Turkish friends too.
Exactly, and this is the reason our fathers gave their lives for, so that we can make our free choices, so that I can learn something from you, so that you can learn something from me, so that we can live together in peace.
Past is past, but this doesn't mean that we don't respect.
Yeah.
Of course we
exactly.
respect the people that gave their lives.
Exactly.
But I believe this was the apότερος σκοπός, like the aim,
Yeah.
the goal.
Exactly. And
Oops,
Jacob.
the cats.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, I agree with you.
Now they found time to play on my queen. Okay, to go to another question.
Why we started YouTube and what we are gonna do.
So, we wanted to start YouTube a long time ago, and because I think through podcast we're gonna express our words,
Yeah, our thoughts.
Our thoughts, and try to make peace somehow.
Yeah, I mean, not only that.
Not only that.
Peace is our first slogan.
Yes.
Yeah, and that we're not gonna be only the two of us
Yes.
in the
Also, we're
podcast.
not gonna be. We're gonna have guests. We're gonna ask you to answer some of your questions. We're gonna talk about politics stuff, social stuff.
Society.
About society.
Yeah, about society, about politics, about history, about relationships.
Yeah, about relationships, of course.
We will talk about almost everything. We have a lot of different friends and different people we want to talk.
That they are from different countries.
My dream is to put an Armenian and an Azerbaijani, and
To
also
talk with them.
yeah, and also a Russian and a Ukrainian, which we have. We have in the pocket. Catalin's the best example for it. And if we could find, I hope we could find an Israeli person and a Palestinian person.
Yeah, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, because the thing is that what we hear in the media and in all this stuff, it's the capital of the countries. I'm saying right. Like, we don't listen the things from the people.
Yeah, we're listening the governments.
We are listening the government.
Exactly.
So I think it would be perfect, a very good opportunity to speak with people.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can make a difference.
Yeah.